everyone. Welcome to the Kauai County Council Roundup here at Ho'ike Studios. I'm Rapozo, your council chair, with Vice Chair Kipukai Kualii. Thank you
Aloha.
for joining us. We'll be recapping yesterday's meeting, August 13th. Started off with our words of wisdom as we do the first council meeting of every month. Pastor Lon Malapit from the Cavalry Chapel Lihue gave us an interesting history lesson in Hawaiiana, as well as giving us some nice words of wisdom. Much appreciated. And we followed that up with a certificate. Very proud to honor our new Miss Kauai Filipina 2025, Kiani Garcia.
Brand new, right? Because she was only like crowned like a week, August
Yeah.
9th. So,
And I've known Kiani for a long time, and the Kiani that I know, the young lady that is just so fun and exciting, and came up with her crown and her sash and all of that, dressed up like a pageant queen, and then she spoke. And Lord have mercy, she was so amazing.
yeah, intelligent, impressive young woman, very mature. I mean, you could tell too, because I think she mentioned at some point that she ran before, like 2 or 3 years ago, a few years ago, and that she's now like, I think, starting her junior year in college, and she went back to the pageant folks or the lady that can help coach people in
Shalane Weaver.
Shalane Weaver, and said, I feel ready now. And so she felt like she's found herself and she was more mature and she could express the things she cared about better and everything. And she was very impressive.
I, I, I
All the
was
council members were excited about
man.
meeting her and wishing her well. And
Trying to think of the word to use, but she had my attention, 100%. And she didn't just speak about her experience. She spoke about her plans, her future, how she wants to go and get a degree, and eventually form a nonprofit that will help troubled kids or people that have rough upbringings or no role models or no mentors, and she wants to provide that opportunity. She talked about how tough it was for her growing up in a Filipino family with second generation parents, and
yeah,
she was so articulate and eloquent and knowledgeable. I was just impressed, and I am so happy. I was not able to make that pageant, but I am so pleased and happy that she won, because she is going to be an amazing representative for Hawaii as a Miss Hawaii.
she was talking to about with her parents. It wasn't just normal to learn about her own culture growing up. And it seemed like maybe she was learning more about the Hawaiian culture and that she was proud of that too, having been born and raised here. But that this pageant was also a way for her to learn more about her Filipino culture and then do the representation of that as well. So,
And I believe she said she was going to take up Hawaiian studies, that she was eventually going to get her master's. So impressive.
and she was starting a mental health nonprofit, I think she talked
That's the
about
one.
too.
Yeah, incredible. And I trust me, she will do it. She will get it done. Incredible. So congratulations, Kiani. Well deserved, and best of luck in your year of representing us as a Miss Hawaii Filipina. We had a really interesting briefing from the Department of Health. We had Dr. Berman, along with her team, that came and talked to us about what is called a CASPER study, and it is a community assessment for public health emergency response. And it was a study that was done on Kauai, and interesting details. I think, yes, I know Mr. Kualii. I was watching him during the presentation. He was taking a lot of notes, but they covered a lot of areas. But what I want to say is after the survey, they come up with this little pamphlet, and this just came out recently. It's just out there, but it's really a summary of what the Casper survey found, and it talks about are you ready for hurricanes and disasters, and you can get one of these at the Department of Health office. I did ask them to put some at the County Council building, so if you're in the area and you want to pick one up. But it's quite interesting of what
It was,
what
and
they
they
found.
do it every year, and they, it's a small representation, but they do it correctly statistically, and so they get a good reading, more or less, of where we are as a community. And one of the things that was interesting, I think they said that people are becoming more aware of how to prepare for, emergency disasters. So we know more what we have to do, but we aren't necessarily doing what we need to do. So I think one of the specific things was the kits that we're all supposed to have in our houses, and how a few years back the state changed the rule from was it 7 days to 14
Yes,
days
7 days to
of
14
prep,
days.
of storage of food and water and
Medication.
medication. Yeah.
Interesting, 81% of the people surveyed are aware that the state recommends a 14-day supply. Now, I was not aware, Kipukai, I gotta admit. I thought it was 7. But
too.
since it changed, but 81% of the people said that they knew that you needed 14-day supply. But less than 1 out of 5, 17% actually have a 14-day supply of food and water and medication. So interesting statistic. The other one that I was the 988, the
Oh, right. The care line.
it's kind of like a mental health
Yeah. Kind of like
hotline.
suicide prevention.
And it is like a 911, but it's 988, and anyone can, if you're having issues, you need to talk to someone. You feel like you're losing it and you need some help, or you may know someone that is in that situation. You just dial 988 and you'll be connected with a specialist that can help get you through this rough time. So I was really like
Throughout
I said,
the state of Hawaii. Yeah.
yeah, and I had explained, I remember seeing a commercial once or twice long ago, but I had completely forgotten about that hotline number. So for those of you that are watching, 988, if you or someone you know needs help going through some rough times and whatever the case may be, just go ahead and call 988 and get some help. And we got a lot of veterans out there that are struggling. A lot of our family and friends are struggling for whatever reason. So that was kind of one that I took away, and that we really should be promoting that 988 number.
You asked them about the outbreak preparedness, about vaccinations, and how if they asked the question differently.
Yeah, well, they talked about how many households think that it's important to stay up to date on recommended vaccines in general, vaccines in general. And in 2019, 73.5% of the households said that they felt that it was important. But
I thought that would be higher too.
yeah, me too.
I know in my
Lord.
family it always says.
I mean, I just thought it was important. But in 2025, when this survey, that dropped to 57.5%. So there was a big drop in.
Obviously, COVID and then the national scene and.
Yeah, I think so. I asked if they thought that the number would be different if they took COVID vaccine out of that question, because I think the COVID vaccine creates a lot of issues with a lot of people. So, it'd be interesting, but it wasn't taken out. So this is including all vaccines in general.
If I remember right, too, Dr. Barrowman from the Department of Health said that what they're seeing is that in general, that whole controversy with the anti-vaxxers and stuff over COVID is affecting all of the vaccines, and that in fact some of the long-time diseases that have been well under control because of vaccines is kind of creeping back into our society because less people are getting vaccinated.
Yeah, we're seeing it with measles. We're seeing it around the country. So, yeah, interesting survey. Again, you can get this at the Department of Health office right there on Umi Street, and I think
get your kits together.
Yeah,
your
just be prepared. I know
preparedness. And they said, of course, on our chemo website and the HIEMA website, Emergency Management Assistant, there's a lot of different checklists and recommendations on how to be prepared.
We just went through the tsunami one, and I know a lot of you were like, "Oh my gosh!" I know we didn't have 14 days of food and water, but Kipukai does. So we just go to Anahola and hang out at his house and eat his food. We had a couple of requests for approvals for funding. One was from the opioid settlement funds, the big lawsuit years ago, and now the states are being given these monies every year. And while we had approved this back a while ago, the amount went up. So the memorandum of agreement with the state of Hawaii needed to be changed, so we had to do that. But it went up from 280,000 up to 361,000. So that's good news. More money coming in, and this is going to be used for harm reduction and providing micro grants to the community nonprofits that actually provide substance abuse treatment disorders and so forth.
And the funding is in place for like 13 years, I think they said.
Yeah, and we get this. I thought he said 30.
Maybe it was. I don't know.
I think he said 30. But anyway, the big settlement, and that is money that is needed, and we appreciate that. Again, that came out of the prosecuting attorney's office. They will be the department that manages.
And they are establishing or have been working on, and then put some of the funds behind a Kauai fentanyl task force.
Yeah.
Right?
And I believe Councilmember
She did
Holland
say
is on that task force. So good. That's good news. We also had more state funds, $95,000, and this is state funds to offset the cost of our coastal zone management program at the county planning department. These are the guys that go out and make sure that all the shoreline setback laws are being followed and so forth. So that again is much appreciated from the state.
Recurring pass-through grant funding that helps pay for the positions that help run the CZM program.
And again, anytime we get money from the state or the federal government, it's all our tax money. But it's nice when we can get these monies that take the burden off of our real property taxpayers for our general fund. And I believe we had one more resolution, which was also exciting because we talked about him at a couple updates ago. Swede Sandblom was confirmed. The resolution to confirm him was passed unanimously. So he is now a member of the Charter Review Commission here on Kauai. He is a high school student, and he will be doing good things with that commission. So like we said, we are old people. We have old ways of thinking. We need to get more of these younger people in to share their manao and speak for their generation. So this is, I think, the start of many more, and I'm excited to support him.
It'll be interesting to see, too, if when it comes time for the leaders or representatives of these different commissions to come forward to make a report to the council, like the Salary Commission does, and probably the Charter Review Commission will do as at some point, if they bring the young people forward to participate in that. So I hope that they do.
I want to go watch some of these meetings with the youngsters in there, because I think it'll be nice. I think it'll be helpful, and it'll really cause the older people to think differently, which is really what we need to do. Times are changing. We got to start listening to the younger ones. But that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Fairly quick meeting.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't quick. It was a short agenda, but we went for a few hours. But you guys should watch it if you're interested in any of these issues that we talked about. There's other items that were on the agenda. You can watch it live on Wednesday mornings on our website, our county website, www.kauai.gov. Hit the website webcast meetings button, or you can watch it on Ho'ike's YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, search out Ho'ike, click on the button, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon right next to it. They're streaming this meetings live as well. The quality is better on YouTube. Or you can watch all of the archived meetings at either place, our website, county website, or on YouTube. The YouTube Ho'ike channel at YouTube. Seriously, take your time, go ahead and subscribe to Ho'ike's channel, because you can be up to date on all of our council meetings and many other things that they do in our community. We want to thank Ho'ike, our good friend Roger, our cameraman here, who allows us to come in every week. So
yes, mahalo Roger, and mahalo Olivia, who comes to the council to do the videoing there, and mahalo to Ho'ike.
Until next time, folks. Take care. God bless.
Aloha.
Ahui ho.